Good morning, everybody.
We never switch it.
Good morning and welcome to the March 19th Michigan PR Group meeting for 2024. Hopefully everybody's warmed up because it's chilly outside today. I think we were actually warmer at our February meeting. Shows you how messed up the weather can be. So we've got a roundtable meeting today. So if anybody has questions, concerns, thoughts, etc., feel free to unmute yourself and chime on in, or you can pop them in the chat and I will read them from there. All right, well, I'll start off with asking a question. Is everybody ready for summer? Now that snow is in the air and it's cold, I'm going to ask, is everybody ready for summer reading? All right. Wesley Ann says not yet. I can understand that. We're still finalizing our plans. We've got them started, but not finished yet.
I do have a question for everybody, Kelly, if I could go ahead.
Please do.
We are trying to hold a Medicare one-on-one session, so kind of just like a very general information about choosing a plan, enrolling in a plan. And I'm having a hard time finding somebody who is not from a private insurance company. So I was just curious, I've done some research through state agencies, through like local hospitals, trying to find any contact information for someone to present this type of program. And I've kind of come up short. So I was just curious if anyone had managed to have a similar program without using a private insurance company.
I'm pretty sure we did. I always get Medicare, Medicaid mixed up in my mind. But I'm pretty sure we did with I forget their new name because it's a much better name, but the Area Agency on Aging 1B.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I forget what their new name is. It's actually a much better name, but of course I'm so used to the old one that that one's still stuck in my mind. So
what time of year did you do it, Kelly?
We did it. We actually had two of them in October. I think one was in September and one was in October. We actually did one. It was the day before the because I know it's a deadline of the year, you know.
Yeah.
Sign up is only open a certain time. So we did one like early in the sign up period and then one, I think it was the day before sign up was done. So
okay.
We did it in our computer lab actually. So that way the volunteers were able to work with the patrons one-on-one at the computers, so I get them signed up right away since we don't have a mobile lab yet. So
thank you. That's a good idea.
Has anyone else done something like that?
Well, thanks, Kelly. I will reach out to them for sure today.
And if you need a contact name, shoot me an email because I didn't set it up, but one of my colleagues did. But I knew it was obviously going on, so
sure.
I was promoting it, not setting it up. So okay, dogs. And of course, I apologize if I have background noise. My dogs who were happily napping until I started talking. Now they're fighting under my table. So, hey. So who else has a question for the group or a success to share?
I have a question. Is anybody else at your library still doing hybrid programming or virtual or Zoom or anything at all with your events?
No.
So we actually are, we have a presentation coming up that was free through the Center of Interactive Learning. And they are going to present from the Sleepy Bear Dunes. And we actually have 35 people registered. We are doing in person and virtual. So even though the person obviously will not be here live presenting. So I think we have like 6 people signed up for online and the rest are in person.
I think this past winter, we did kind of a hybrid watch party program for information about the Great British Bake Off, the show, and then somebody zoomed in with the group that was here at the library to kind of talk about tourist spots in England and like the origins of some of the bakes and things like that. It was pretty successful.
We did it for one program at the end of February because we thought we were going to have to be sold out, have not enough physical spots. Turned out we did have enough spots because some people didn't come, but we still obviously did it online because there were some people from out of state actually zooming in. So, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I just figured I would confess to this group that when it comes to physical human being presenter being physically present in the library to give an in-person presentation, we're personally finding it to be just more trouble than it's worth to even try and make that virtual anymore. So just saying that out loud. And especially as a marketer, I would much rather just have foot traffic coming into the building, if at all possible. So we might update our approach to that. I don't know.
I don't know if this is something you already do, but we, whenever we book a presenter in person, we ask if it's okay to record their session. And then we put it up on our YouTube, and then we actually have a partnership with Rochester Hills Television, like the local channel that will then also air them. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds. Those people that still don't want to leave can still view library programming, but you're right, you don't have that like extra added burden of like trying to set up Zoom calls and get people to come.
It really is the Zoom. I'm not opposed to having a camera and a tripod and pressing a button and walking away and relaxing, but having the Zoom, monitoring that, bringing people in, having an owl camera, having a laptop, having the slides, yada. Wow. It requires almost 2 and sometimes 3 people. So even just from a staff perspective, it's like, it's taking up our time. I won't say it's wasting our time. It's taking up our time. So I think I'd much rather do that. Just record it. That's all. Just wanted to ask that from some group, see what you guys were doing.
I had a quick question about the recording. Do you guys find that people won't come in because they know they can watch the presentation? Like, do you lose that in person?
We've had pretty good attendance for our in-person lectures this year. It kind of is getting back, it's taken this long to get back to normal. But I don't think people even factor it in. I think because we have many branches at some of our senior living facilities. So I think like those are our patrons that are always going to just watch the recorded thing, and they generally do watch it on Rochester Hills TV, not YouTube. But it's kind of just like an extra added to be honest, easy way to engage patrons, but we haven't noticed that people will skip it. Usually they'll let us know that they can't make it and they're sad, and then we get to tell
And
them
they
like,
will
oh, it's
still-
recorded, and then they're really
Okay.
happy. So it's kind of like a win-win situation.
Right. Okay.
So change topics. Is everybody starting to get inundated with questions about eclipse classes? And are you ready for April 8th?
Did anybody else completely accidentally forget to get glasses and are now just telling people they don't have them? And or you conveniently forgot to get glasses because you remembered how much of a nightmare it was last time and now you're just hands off? Because that's us.
I wish I could do that. I remember the 2017 eclipse was one of my top 5 nuttiest days ever at the library. And since I've been here 20 years, that's saying something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if this repeats, I might be quitting, you know. But I'm hoping Amazon doesn't come out the week ahead of time and say any glasses you bought through us are, you know, null and void, only get them from a library. So I'm just telling people I am not giving out our glasses that we have. I think 500 pairs of whatever we got through the grant.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the basement. I am giving them out only the day of. I'm not giving out any ahead of time.
Hi, it's Philomena from Dearborn Heights. We at JFK, the John F. Kennedy Jr. Library, every year the branch manager there does the program, whether it's a partial eclipse, a total eclipse, and she has a person come in to do like a night program and talk about the whole, you know, process. And then on the day of the event, she has a 4-hour program, and it works down there for some reason. And we have the glasses, and we've had a lot of people asking for them. I've noticed walking by the desk. Oh, you have any pair of them? Yeah. So we do have all that going on. So it works for us, apparently. I've never been, unfortunately. So I'm here. We don't do it here at the Caroline Kennedy. But yeah, it's very popular, apparently.
And I have to say, I'm wondering if my husband's a teacher in Hamtramck, and they just yesterday told the kids that they're going to have a half day of school because of the eclipse that day, which I had heard of it happening in like Ohio, where they're on Path of Totality and they're going to get so many tourists in that they did it for that reason, but I hadn't heard it happening here until that yesterday. So I don't know if that'll be just his school or has anyone else had their schools will be out that day and having even more people on that will have ready for it or have to be ready for it.
That's sad to hear, because the only thing that was like keeping everyone here sane is that school would be in, and so it probably wouldn't be as bad as last time, but
So there is no one in our district that has half days that we're aware of yet. However, we're getting a lot of calls from teachers asking if we'll supply either the school or their classroom glasses, which is, you know, unfortunately a no. But we have quite a few glasses. So we have 3 programs going, like leading up to the eclipse, so that people can, you know, if they come to a program, they for sure get a pair of glasses. And then after the programs are done, it's like a first come, first serve. So
I will give out a tip to everybody that we learned at the 2017 one that I'm definitely repeating this time. Save back like 20 pairs of glasses, add a string to one end of the earpiece, and tape them to a table. And so those are your sharing glasses. So you can move around with them, but you can't walk away from the table with them.
Mm-hmm.
And that way everybody at least has a chance to look through those. Interesting to see. I'm hoping the rest of the schools all stay in session in our areas too. Because that would be, I mean, I still have like, you know, flashbacks from the 2017, and I remember it was in August. It was a nice day out, And then, of course, we could be saying all of this, and it turns out to be a cloudy, gloomy day, and
yeah.
it's all for naught. Although I do like seeing it, so I do hope it's at least, sunny out. And in the chat, we've got that Hastings, Barbara put that they're giving out their glasses at programs, and then any leftover glasses will be given out during spring break. And that they are stating you have to attend the program to get the glasses. So not at the beginning of the programs, which makes sense. Give people incentive to stay throughout the entire program. Although, as she pointed out, that doesn't jive well with human nature, and people are asking for them at the start of every program. All right. Who else has a question for the group or thoughts to do for the eclipse or summer reading or anything else coming up?
When is everybody's kickoff day for summer reading?
Hi, it's Philomena at Dearborn Heights. We're doing ours on the 26th of June. It's a Saturday. We're gonna try something completely different for us. For a long time, we didn't do a lot, but we don't have a children's librarian. So the boss has recruited 3 or 4 of us, and we're kind of doing all the programming and getting the programmers set up. And I don't know, we'll see. They want to do a lot. We're doing it from like 11 to 3, and we have like a storyteller, exotic animals, food, trivia. I don't know. I hope it all works out. Not sure. And it's going to be inside the library, because in the past they tended to do it outside the library. So we wanted to bring them into the library. So we're trying to do a lot of programming in the library. And then we'll have crafts, and they're talking about field games. I mean, there's just a lot going on. We'll see. Hopefully it'll all go through. I'm just really worried, to be honest, but we'll see.
Well, good luck, I find if you have animals, people know if we do a program that has animals involved, I don't even have to publicize it. Word magically gets out about animals. I wish I could have that magic with the rest of my programs, but
They wanted to do a petting zoo, but they realized that it costs too much, because they actually looked into a petting zoo. So instead, we're getting the exotic animals program.
okay.
So that should work, hopefully. And the boss got really worried, and he was the first one that booked the program like a month and a half before he told us, okay, I've already booked this, and it's an animals program. So yeah, we'll see.
We've got some people kick it off, a couple on June the 10th, a couple one library is on June the 5th, and free pizza also brings in everybody. That is the truth.
June 10th.
That
June
is a
10th and
Monday.
June 5th. Those aren't Saturdays. Man, we always kick off on Saturdays.
Oh yeah, I think we're trying a Monday this week,
Okay.
where it's gonna be at like noon to 5, I think, is our goal. Our March is Reading Month kickoff did not go well. I think
Hmm.
we had 4 families come in on a Saturday, and it was beautiful and gorgeous and just complete flop. It was, so we're thinking people want their weekends. So we're gonna hope registration is better on a Monday afternoon, evening.
Okay.
Yeah, we actually have luck we do Mondays for our kids program. We can't bring adults. Adults won't come in. just on their own on a Monday. We don't have any luck with them, but for kids, we do it. We've been doing that for a bit now, and it's working. So, and there's a tip in the chat from Barbara that for petting zoos or dog trainings, check with your local 4-H or the MSU Extension and FFA, which is Future Farmers of America. So, see if they can help out. Yep, and Barbara also posted the chat. Those organizations are free, so definitely check with them because I know animals do bring in the people, at least for us. But you know, the organized ones can be quite pricey.
There's a skate park in town, and they're having a skating competition / art fair in the park with 20 or 30 tents and vendors and artists and kids galore and families galore. So we're gonna get a tent and glom onto that event, set up the table, set up the summer reading sign up, and then invite the local ice cream company to pull up their truck right next to us and just siphon off foot traffic.
That sounds like a perfect plan, especially if your local organization is Treat Dreams because they have incredible ice cream.
And then 2 weeks prior, they're creating a library ice cream flavor for us. So hopefully they'll have a bucket of that ready to go.
Ooh. Had to stop in Sunday for their St. Patrick's Day flavors. So, and their mint ice cream did not disappoint that day.
Barbara from Hastings Public Library. Have any of you participated in the neighborhood forest free trees for children program?
Megan put in that in the chat that she is. She's from the Branch District Library. Is that the one with the Smokey the Bear?
No.
Okay.
This is a totally separate group. They're out of Minnesota, I believe. And last year we gave away 192 trees, and this year we're giving away 189 trees. And it's really an easy program for us. Most of our work is the day that it's delivered and that we're handing it out. They do all of the work online. All you have to do is advertise.
That sounds like a cool program and pretty, if they do all, a lot of the work, that's always nice to partner with somebody like that.
They have a very easy website to work with. You have to have your registrations in by March 15th. So you have basically February and half of March to advertise. Parents sign up, tell how many kids that they have that they want trees for. And then the trees are delivered before Earth Day, and with the idea to hand out near Earth Day. The only holdup I found with them is you don't know what species of tree you're getting until about April 1st.
Oh. And Megan popped in the chat that this year they also sent a Canva template and blurb too, which was very helpful. Sounds like a great program. All right, we've got a quiet group today. Anybody else got any questions or thoughts for the group?
Does anybody in here use Savannah Orange Boy for your e-newsletters? Or are
Say-
you MailChimp, or what do you do? What?
We switched over to Savannah a few months ago, so I don't use it to its full capabilities yet.
Yeah, I was curious if anyone was using it for extra capabilities, because full disclosure, I just wear 25 different hats in here, so I'm too busy to actually use it to its full potential beyond newsletters yet. Someday.
I think Marianne from Grosse Point uses it to its full capabilities, and Katie Rothley from Northfield. I know they both use it very well. But I've got to, right now I'm just sending out the weekly newsletters off of it, but I've got to get it. I just got a new intern last week. So my goal is to have him learn it very well, and that I can learn with him. Yeah, other people in the group use Constant Contact, MailChimp. All right. Anybody else have any other questions? Or we're gonna have a short meeting today?
I have one.
Yeah.
Does anybody else do a National Library Week social media campaign, or do you guys just use what they have online? Do you use it as like a, these are the things our library promotes, or anything like that, or just kind of skip over it?
We don't
kind
go
of take
crazy.
the-
Oh, go
Sorry,
ahead,
go ahead.
Betsy.
Sorry. We kind of loosely base it on like what each day is, and kind of go off on our own tangent if we don't think it's exciting enough.
Yeah, that's what we were planning on doing this year, but I just wanted to see if anybody had any ideas or anything like that.
Megan, do you have a print newsletter or an e-newsletter or anything like that?
Yeah, we do e-newsletters, and we always put it in there, and we'll probably use some of the graphics that I've come up with this year. So we'll do that, and then sometimes we'll take, so we're waiting for our bookmobile. So we'll give like a quick blurb on outreach day about that and the other outreach we do, but I just didn't know if anybody did exactly the same days that they do, or if you tailor it to yourself too.
Yeah, I don't know. We kind of tailor it to ourselves.
Yeah,
took the advantage
that's
of
what we've done
in our print newsletter. I took an entire page to just kind of write this quasi love letter to my staff
Yeah.
it looked like an article, but basically to drive home the point that, you know, this is a week when we're supposed to be really celebrating library staff and workers, and how the magic of the library and the magic of the events that really happen here don't happen without the talent and passion and creativity of the staff, who are
Yeah.
probably bringing their own passions to the table to
Yeah.
do something. If they themselves love RPG, they probably programmed an RPG thing for kids, or if they themselves love music, they probably found a way to infuse it. So I just wrote a big article about that.
I like that.
Yeah, if you don't want to go to ala.org, folks, take that as your inspiration. Remember how your staff is bringing things to the table for the community.
I like that. Thank you.
That is a good way to put it, Jeff. Because you're right, none of us are here for the money, so. Yeah, but I think, yeah, you got to tailor it to make it work for your library. So, because some of the days it's like, that doesn't really apply to us, you know. Some of them are spot on, but not all of them.
Right. Definitely want to emphasize outreach too, though. Yeah.
All right. Did anyone else have any other questions, thoughts, concerns?
One thing I just wanted to throw out is that hopefully this week, sometime in the next day or two, we should have the notable books dates listed on the Library of Michigan's website for the April, May, and June tour. So Friday, all the libraries and host locations were supposed to get us their dates. I know there's a couple holdouts that we have to send them some reminders to get that stuff. But for those of anybody out there that are hosting, we're glad that they're doing that. And if you do have anybody who is going to be hosting nearby you, please just certainly encourage everybody to put that information out there to give people opportunity to attend those events. But it should be hopefully in the next day or two, we get that final schedule up on the Library of Michigan's website.
Sounds good. That is always I'm sure it's an undertaking to coordinate all of that.
It's amazing that Mindy and I and a few other people have not had strokes the last few years, but we make it happen.
Well, kudos to you, Adam and Mindy, and everybody else that's doing that.
Yeah.
It is a very cool program. I always, love when I see it, the start of it in January when the list comes out. It's like, ooh.
Yep. And we do
Always
have
adding to my
most of
to-do list.
the promotional materials on the website now. So if anybody's looking for bookmarks or posters or other things like that, that you can just print right out, you can grab all that on the Notable Books website.
Good to know. All right. Well, we can chat more about ALA and social media next time, because our next meeting is going to be coming up on Tuesday, the day after tax day, April the 16th. So we'll all be done with tax questions. If they actually ended April 15th, that would be amazing, but they don't. But we're the week before National Library Week, so we can chat more then. Anyone else have any final thoughts?
Isn't Library Week the 7th through the 13th?
Did it change it? And I was
It always
going from
changes.
memory. So
It always, yeah.
shows you what I get for going from memory. So, okay, so we'll talk about how it went. All right. Well, I do have the date I said for our next meeting is correct. Midnight now is Tuesday, April the 16th is the next Michigan PR group meeting. And I'll send out a notice of that and send out the link for the recording for today's meeting pretty soon. So thank you everybody for joining in.
Terrific. Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you.